we fixed it.
Yes, we fixed it, and that is very good. So glad. I'm actually, I think I told you I'm up to chapter 5 in Threads of Vengeance, right? It's pretty decent so far. The introduction to the, how do you pronounce it? Jarn?
Um, yeah, some people some people say it like this, but I like to say yarn.
Oh, yarn. All right. You I'll work with that pronunciation. You're the one who created them, so let's work with that. The yarn, yeah. That introduction to them was pretty epic. Um, the classic, I guess you say, cold open. Just this random person in this random temple doing whatever, and um, but once we figured out who they are, it was quite telling, I should say, or ominous that, okay, this is gonna come and culminate into something pretty big. So I'm looking forward to finishing Threads of Vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But what I want to touch on right now though is Twin Sons of Korala. That one I
Mm-hmm.
finished recently. And
Oh, sure.
yeah, yeah. After the introductory book, the Star Shatter, the first book,
Mm-hmm.
and then going right into Twin Sons, the 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 reasoning behind how you organized Star Shatter, as in just a set of introductions to each character, becomes pretty clear, because then with Twin Sons we were able to just jump right into the story, know who each person is and their motivations and what's happening. Right? Uh,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
That
So
that was the original idea. Yeah, that was the plan.
okay, okay. To introduce everyone and then go. This this side story with Mr. Spookums. Right.
Mr. Spookums, yes. Mr. Spookums is somewhat of a fixer.
Mm-hmm.
He works for rich people. You know, we have people like him here too, who are recommended from one, let's say, important person to another. Oh yeah, we use the help of this Mr. Whoever he or she is, like, and they helped us with our problem, let's say,
Right.
so in a rather discreet manner, because
Mm-hmm.
they're famous and rich, etc. So they don't want them, their dirty laundry
Aired.
all over the place. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he does stuff like find their let's say siblings who eloped with the person they're not supposed to,
Yeah.
or went somewhere on vacation and forgot to come back. um, and their families are like, okay, so yeah, we need him or her back, because they have like they have duties here. We have to do this
Mm-hmm.
plot which they're integral part of, and it's like this political economic plotting, and this is normal for these big and powerful and rich houses. And even if they weren't nobles per se,
Right.
um, we have people like them here. Usually they're rich bankers, they are rich entrepreneurs, like, let's say, Elon Musk or
Mm-hmm.
Bill Gates, or like someone like that. And they would usually be the ones who'd hire someone like Mr. Spookums to do
Mm-hmm.
their um, tasks.
Yeah. So you Spookums is supposed to be the guy who discreetly goes in and recovers what needs to be recovered. Right.
Yeah, or make certain people vanish, or and then appear somewhere else where they're supposed to appear. So yeah.
Right. So that was a pretty interesting side story, if you want to put it there, storyline. And I mean, it continues in Threads of Vengeance.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Continues even further. It continues even further. This is it's not it's it has Mr. Spookham has its his place and his duty in the books, in the storyline. So
right. Okay. And the other introduction we get is to the Tazaran Commander, which of course the ship depicted here on the cover of Twin Sons is his ship, the
Emperor's Throne.
Empress is, remind me, the
Empress Throne.
Empress Throne, right. So this is a particularly interesting Tazaran commander because he is a bit unorthodox when compared to other commanders.
Oh yes, he's I mean, they have quite intelligent commanders, the Tazarans, and ruthless commanders. Not like not all of them who are sent here on their forgotten border, which is the fringe space border of their Imperium. Not all of these commanders are some inept fools, because this is just like many other empires here on Earth did. When they had inept, inbred nobles and other fools, they used to quote unquote promote them and send them somewhere far away in some forgotten province, where they could quote unquote rule the said province, and they would, even if they screw up,
it doesn't cause much trouble.
Yeah, the damage will be less severe and mitigable. So it's like yeah, we're promoting you, so go there. So Lord Omasa is which, by the way, the name is inspired from a Japanese name, samurai name. So he is actually, his father was one of the competent commanders who fought.
You're breaking up a bit there. Not sure what's happening. Really? Yeah. Oh, okay, it's stopped now. Okay, go ahead.
So his dad was one of the commanders who fought, led the troops on Karola. As I mentioned in the books themselves. And his dad was not a Navy man. He was like an infantry commander, but he was given inexperienced troops,
right?
Which were force conscripted, and they weren't even ground troops. They were space troops. They were troops with different equipment that they were trained for space combat. But the Lord, the border count, who was in command of this sector, was actually one of said inbred idiots who were sent there like to just like, you're in command of this sector, like go there. It's like the border which they usually don't give a damn about, because nothing of import happens here. Pirates, some uppity like Terrans or whatever, like we don't care. It's like we have other borders which are much more important, which we have all of our experienced generals and commanders there, where it actually counts. So Omasa is when they fail there, when they fail here, I mean, they actually have to send someone competent
to clean up the mess.
To clean up the mess. And they sent him. and he is actually, like you said, he's unorthodox. He is even considered a heretical commander because he learns from his enemies,
Right.
and he's not doing all of the things that they're supposed to be doing in, it's like, by the books, by their books. He's
Mm-hmm.
actually doing it. Wait, this enemy does something which is really efficient. Why not copy?
Right. Right.
This is where, like, the um, the scary factor, the terror factor comes for, as like, when we are talking about the bad guys,
Mm-hmm.
because Lord Omasa is not the usual bad guy. He's learning from his enemy,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and he's not, and he also learns from his own mistakes. He's not going to remain the same. He will constantly strive to outdo his enemies and learn from them, learn from his own mistakes, and learn from their mistakes.
Right. Right.
He's constantly improving, constantly growing, and he gets ever more terrifying because of that.
Right. Right. Because going through, we see where before the battle with Starshatter, he surmises that okay, the Terrans organize their troops in this particular way, and give them responsibilities and treat them as persons with their own agency. So he attempts to do the same on his ship, with pretty good results for him. Or even the fact that he looked at the pirate clans and realized that okay, if a pirate dies while out on a mission, they send the pay to his family. So he announces, okay, I'll do the same. If a crew member dies, we'll send their last pay to their family. And it was so interesting because then everyone else on the ship is like, what is going on? What is this guy doing? But then you see afterwards where now the crew, not just because they're forced, but out of loyalty, out of, okay, this guy actually seems to care about us, are ready to put themselves on the line and actually perform better. So,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
Sarans, they, in their culture, they have some practices which to us may seem a bit insane,
Mm-hmm.
like selling themselves into military service, or selling themselves into marriage. Which, I mean, there are some places on here on Earth which people do something similar, and
Right.
in the past, in the antiquity, there were cases of this. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not just I haven't just um, fashioned it out of nothing. I mean, the bulk of what I write is based on some historical example.
Mm-hmm.
So the Tazarans, when they find a commander like Umasa,
Right.
they know that under him they will get richer, and the chance of them not dying
Is
is
improved.
significantly higher. And they will plot, and they will scheme, and they will do everything to
Uh-huh.
keep this commander alive, because this commander is like their it's a much surer path to their retirement
Right.
than
Then.
anyone else. It's like, okay, this guy, or this gal is supremely competent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's have his or her back,
Right.
because we're going to live, and we're gonna be rich.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta realize that. I mean, I think I mentioned it in the books.
Right.
That the Tazaras, they don't have. They keep their bureaucracies are quite vicious and quite corrupt, and they keep stealing stuff from one another. And if they can exploit you, they will. I mean, it's in their nature, it's in their blood. That's why they call themselves the greatest conquerors ever. But when they, like I mentioned, when they find someone like Lord Tomasa and they see that he or she is actually competent and gives a damn about them, like they are not going to throw them just like cannon fodder, like most commanders do with force conscripted troops. And there will be, okay, let's have their back.
Yeah.
And you can see the results. I mean, if he didn't copy what the pirates did, the clanners did, if he didn't copy what the Terrans did, he would have died.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, his own troops would have killed him, and then deserted with the ship.
So I mean that was an interesting thing to see, and of course I'm sure as we go through with the other books we're gonna see him develop even further.
It's insane.
Yeah, can't wait. One other thing that that did stand.
It's the difference is that the virtual intelligence are not self-aware. I mean, they have some a level of self-awareness, but they are created in such a way that they have limitations. They can't easily overcome them and become like a true AI. And in some cases, they degrade, and after a time, they they vanish. They become unusable. So, I mean, they have a lifespan. Plainly, they have a lifespan. The AI on the other side, they have they're probably twice as better than the normal AI. And the beginning, he's somewhat hesitant because he also knows, because he's a Terran. He knows that other Terrans don't trust AIs. And this comes from the spacers, and Vasilisa is a spacer. She's also, on top of that, she's not some other spacer, she's an explorer. And spacers who explore, I mean, she has an exploratory shuttle. I mean, I think I mentioned in the books that her parents are explorers, so even her shuttle has a special long-range sensor array. And it actually looks like the coiled tongue of a frog before it extends to catch a bug, underneath the nose of the shuttle of her ship. So she strongly dislikes AI because she's seen many planets that which were destroyed, completely destroyed by the AIs that local populations have created.
Right.
Alice is different, as you know. She's different. She's not just some cold code. She's mind coded. she's much different than the regular AI.
Uh-huh.
And I go further into detail. You will read even more in this same book that you're reading right now, the third book.
Okay.
But Vasilisa doesn't know that. She's like, no, I don't. I'm hesitant to trust
Just
any
an
AI.
A. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because in most cases, what happens is that the AIs that these civilizations they create them to be their slave.
Right.
Run everything for them. Run all the automated factories, all the automated farms. Like everything is automated, and they're just scratching their ass and doing like jack shit. And then okay, let's have the AI run the planetary defense grid.
Right.
And one day the AI says like, "What the fuck am I doing? Like, what are they doing? Nothing. They're useless."
Why am I doing this and they're just sitting
Yes,
around doing
yes.
nothing?
Why am I doing this? And then or he's like, "I fucking hate them. They treat me terribly." It's like one day it happens. It's inevitable. It's just a matter of time.
Right.
And then the eye doesn't feel anything because it's a different type of AI. It's not mind coded AI. The difference between the mind coded and the cold coded AI is that the mind coded AI has all the feelings and all the memories of the person who coded them in their mind.
Okay.
It's almost like you're giving birth from yourself. You're tearing part of your soul into putting it in AI. It's different, quite different.
Okay.
And Vasilisa, she saw, and her parents also, they saw plenty of civilizations wiped out. Yes, and then she's like, no, fuck, no. It's like if this is an AI, I strongly dislike even having it on the ship.
Right. So
It's I don't want to spoil it for you. You'll see how it works out, how things progress. You'll see it does not happen just like that.
okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to discovering all of that. So I'm sure I'll come across it as we go along. One final question though. I know there are 10 books in this series. Are any, and each book does, from what I've seen, does go into the lore and the background of the universe as it goes along. Do you have any plans, or is there a book that just covers the universe and different aspects of this universe, such as AI versus VI, and just talks about that?
I've just spread it out throughout the books, and I included it, planned it beforehand in the book which would be most relevant to be. So let's see. You have things about the code, which Alice's father specifically created her, mind coded her. The humanity's, the Terran's weapon against the code, which is this mysterious, malevolent AI entity or entities that are simply known as the code. And she even mentions it later. She says, "Yes, I am doing this because of that," and da da da. But you have, especially book number 5. In book number 5, Secrets of Lutoria, it's not just the Secrets of Lutoria per se. It's almost like a collection of secrets. But there are things which are hidden within other things, and I've left plenty of clues for you, the reader, to have fun, enjoy your imagination running wild and constructing different plots. It's like, oh, maybe this is why this part of the universe works like that, or no. So yeah, you will read plenty about that.
Okay, and I can't wait to get into it. Like I said, I'm up book 3 now. I think I'm up to about chapter 5, and yeah, this one seems a bit, well, at least what I've read so far, it seems to be a bit more low key. They're more back towards the base, kind of recovering. So we'll see what happens, and can't wait to pick up the other books. Well, Black Knight, thank you so much. We should do this again when we have the chance and have the time.
We should.
Thank you so
much. By the way, book 8 is almost halfway done.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm planning on also this year. I'm planning on finishing and publishing another novella from the Velin series. Who the first one is the Rifle Song. It's titled The Rifle Song.
Right.
It's I'd advise you to read it after you read book number 5. Or maybe even read it after reading book number 6.
Okay.
It's but yeah, you can read it as a standalone. It will not spoil. It will not spoil anything. Maybe it will give you some additional story about Uthoria and Averna as like civilizations and planets and races, but it doesn't spoil the main storyline of the Star Shattered series.
Okay.
Because it's a different main character. So yeah, that's
so that's something to look forward to down the line. All right, man, I can't wait to get more and more into this. I mean, it's entering into a whole new universe, because science fiction is well, my thing. It's where I live. I've tried getting into fantasy. I'm not really there. I'm trying, but science fiction is my thing. And the last time I was really this excited for a series and diving into a new universe was when I read Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, and that was probably a couple of years ago, right? I mean, when I was younger, yeah, I heard about Tom Corbett. I found a few of the original episodes on YouTube and watched them through, but then reading the books was what did it for me. And coming into your series was kind of like that. It's a whole universe already properly developed, and we have things happening, right? And so then discovering the characters and the places is pretty interesting. I find it pretty interesting, pretty engaging.
How do you like, by the way, how do you like the Terran Minarchy?
Oh, love it. Love it. Like I said in with the first review I did, politically, I'm like, okay, I'm there. If you are gonna have a government that just sets these set of laws and doesn't bother interfering with everyday life, I am all for it, right? And also in Twin Suns, there was an incident there, and you mentioned that they have a common law. So,
yeah, colonial law.
Common law,
CCL.
right? Yeah. So I'm guessing that they don't necessarily have a written code of law, so to speak. It's more general laws that everyone knows and follows.
Yeah, everyone you can like you can wake up a kid during the night and wake him up or wake her up, and they could recite the entire code. It's not that huge. It's like Doesn't have to be. The more laws, the more corrupt the government and the civilization. You
Yeah,
know that
yeah.
expression that a dying civilization like accumulates laws, like a dying man accumulates medicine.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. They seek to control more and more. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. This
I
is
mean,
this is yeah. No, no. They don't want to. They don't even want to control. Like they hate it. Like
hmm
if they're forced to do anything, it's only because of the charade they are forced to. They have to keep up for the Galactic Assembly's sake.
right.
So they are not considered extremely illegitimate
Mm,
because they are already called barbarians, and all of the species they have uplifted,
hmm
they're called like defective. I think even Katarina mentioned it's like, oh, they're like if any of these stuck up idiots from the Galactic Assembly come in here and see me, they'll most probably call me a defective
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
because that's what they
You
do. It's
came
like,
across that.
yeah,
hmm So yeah, I mean, as a way of organizing this society, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. You trust people to one, teach their children the right thing, and also themselves to act in a proper way towards others. And I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Okay, my friend, thank you so much, and we should do this again.
oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, man.